RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Tara Devlin, unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy. Say it with me. Humanity. God damn it, and we need more of that. Don't we? Aren't you sick of it? I'm pretty sick of... I'm sick of dealing with right-wingers. I really am. There's something wrong with them. But, all right, we'll get into it in a minute. I'll do the plugs, say hello to everybody, tell people where to find us. Oh, my God. Poppy, I'm on the air now. What link should I post to my Facebook page? Poppy is asking me on the chat. I mean, on a text. I guess. Let's see. Maybe this one. I don't know. Let me I'm so annoyed right now. All right. Well, we meet here every Friday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here at the Tarabuster YouTube channels and all these other places. And we are rebroadcast on Progressive Voices on Sunday. And, yeah, if anybody has the fucking link handy, that would be... Just pop it in the chat so I can goddamn grab it. I don't know. Google Tarabuster. Maybe that helps. Maybe that's... I don't know. YouTube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. And then, what else? All right. I don't know what's going on with APS Radio News, I have to tell you. But all I know is every now and then I'll get a little donation from Charlie. So at least I know Charlie's still out there. So thank you, Charlie, for your support. And I hope everything's okay. I do. And yeah. Come and join us in the chat room if you feel like, hanging out. You're not alone. We're all in this together, for real. So let me see. What else? Yeah, this is it. All right. Everybody's tuning out because I'm fucking looking for a link. So let me see. What else? Who cares? Let's just get into it, and then I'll do a plugs throughout the show. And hello, everybody in the chat room. If you're on any other platform, come to youtube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. And there you go. Okay. I got the link out there. All right. So now I can focus. So let's see. Where do we begin? I guess everybody's talking about that Trump town hall and the arrogance. Oh, the other thing is that it's almost 9 p.m. Robin Kincaid and I are co-hosting, filling in for Mike Malloy tonight on the Mike Malloy show. So that should be popping off at 9 p.m. So we're kind of in the same, having this line. So you can listen to the Mike Malloy show live on Progressive Voices or stay here and then listen to Mike on the podcast. Join his podcast. All right. So, and we're also going to fill in for Mike on Monday because he's just taking a long weekend for Mother's Day. So, thank you, Haiku. I see Haiku in the chat room. We can start now. Exactly. And thank you, Jim, for your super chat right out of the gate. Of course. You keep the show going. He single-handedly keeps the show afloat. So, all right. Well, all right. Where do I begin? Really? Where do you begin? Where do you begin in the madness that is this country? You know what? That's why I was like, what do I call this country? I mean, in this show tonight. Because I'm kind of in a mood. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm just sick of the debasement of this country. And I was right before I came on the air, I was watching Joy Reid show that was on, before on MSNBC, and it was just on in the background as I'm getting ready for the show. And she had one of the representatives, a representative on the show. I can't remember who it was. I should look it up. But she was, they were discussing the Trump town hall, and and this is what gets on my nerves, because she said the Democratic representative who she was having a conversation with said that it was outrageous that Trump was given yet another platform to spread his lies, because and also that when he was lying and insulting and debate and basically doing the very thing that he was just found guilty for, defamation, the defaming E.G. Carroll and mocking her and all, and calling her a real whack job and all the same things that he was found guilty of, that he's liable for now. And I certainly do hope that E.G. Carroll sues him again. And that's what has to happen. But anyway, the Democratic representative said, these are good people, that he's lying to. These are good Americans. No, they're not. Can we please stop already with this? These are just good people. They're good people? These are people who are cheering when Trump is defaming yet again a sexual assault victim, that he sexually assaulted her. I mean, what a dirtbag he is. Of course he did. There's something wrong with him. Because and Robin actually brought it up. I don't know if it was on the air or when we were just talking on a private conversation, and Robin was saying that, I'm convinced he's he's on the spectrum somehow. And I think nothing, hey, I'm not saying I have a nephew who's on the spectrum, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're an asshole. But I think there is some kind of disconnect with Trump, and there's also because to behave like that, to be a serial sexual assaulter, to be sitting next to somebody on a plane, and then the next thing you know, you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden this freak is all over you like an octopus, is what the woman said. It's beyond being a sexual predator. There's some kind of deep disturbed brain happening. I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing it justice, but really, there's something where it's even worse. He's just a filthy, disgusting, horrible person who shouldn't be anywhere near power because of the plethora, the cornucopia of mental disorders he suffers from. But what does that say about the people who support him? And this is what I mean when I hear Democratic reps or anybody, even Joe Biden is famous for this, saying, basically saying they're good people. They're not good people. Because in order to be, at this point even, right? I mean, it's bad enough that when Trump went down the escalator, that should have been it. Coming down an escalator, and you launch your campaign saying that Mexicans are rapists. Anybody who's a decent person said, no, thank you. Exactly, Winston on the chat. He's a psychopath. That's it. Yeah, he's definitely a psychopath. There's something, but even worse, it's like he can't even, like a Ted Bundy was able to put that mask back on and act like a normal person. He can't do that. He can't even do that. But not that's, I don't know what's worse. What's worse is that in spite of that, you have a fan club that you have a bunch of people who think you're fit for some kind of leadership position. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it's not, the other thing is, it's what Anderson Cooper, all right, I guess I'll play the Anderson Cooper thing. Everybody's playing it to death, but just so we're all on the same page, because it really pissed me off, this Anderson Cooper thing, where he is running cover for this disastrous decision to put this piece of dirt on the air, to put him on there unfettered. And he really went through all the hits, the greatest hits. The nasty woman, the very fine people on both sides. Hold on. So here, let me play this Anderson Cooper. Oh wait, which one should I play? Because Poppy's gonna be calling in around 9:15, so just telling you guys. Well, here, let's play this KTLA story first, just to get everybody up to speed, in case you missed the town hall.
Life, refusing to back down on some controversial topics.
Controversial.
Here are just a few of the key points from a very fiery town hall.
Fiery! This is what I'm talking about. What is wrong with the media? The corporate media. That's why I say thank you for your patronage. Thank you for supporting the real media. You're looking at it. I know. I hear you. It's. I get you. I got it. I'm there with you. But come on. A very fiery town hall? What? It's not fiery. Why don't stop it? Stop pretending that this is normal. And this is another thing I was talking with Robin about. It's the constant normalization of everything that sucks. And I'm include from Trump to Uncle Clarence Thomas to the illegitimate Supreme Court. This should not be normalized. You shouldn't be, I say it on the show all the time. That's why every Democrat who gets in front of a camera and talks about the Supreme Court should say the illegitimate Supreme Court. Moscow Mitch, just because he was successful in his coup doesn't mean that you just had to roll over and say, oh, well, I guess, that's the coup. And here we have a Justice Amy Coney Bitchface Barrett. Oh, well. She's the illegitimate justice who couldn't wait for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's body to be cold before she ran over her to step in her seat. She's unfit. Just that in itself shows us how unfit she is. And the same thing with Trump. A fiery town hall. First of all, it wasn't a town hall. It was a goddamn display. It was a shit show. It was a CNN-sponsored Trump rally with a hand-picked audience who were told not to boo. Oh, they certainly weren't told not to scream and applaud and laugh at the fucking lies. Excuse my language. I need to settle down there. But yeah, maybe I don't need to settle down. Anyway, let's continue.
In his first appearance on CNN since the 2016 election, former President Trump answered questions from CNN journalist Caitlin Collins in a New Hampshire town hall. Right off the top, Collins asked if he admits to losing the 2020 election.
Unless you're a very stupid person, you see what happens.
The former president did not concede defeat.
It was a rigged election, and it's a shame that we had to go.
What a lying scumbag. It was a rigged election. It's a shame. Here's the other thing. He's like all Republicans, he's a filthy coward, right? He had to have a hand-picked audience of his most ardent Nazis, but he couldn't show up at the courthouse to answer for his crimes because he didn't have any control over that. So as long as he can get his narcissistic supply from the dupes, then he'll show up and he'll do his little shtick for them. Meanwhile, the country is on fire and burning all around us with the Nazis. I mean, Nazis, they're not even ashamed anymore. You know? Like Tommy Tuberville, for example, saying how white nationalists, they're just Americans. We need more white nationalists in the military. And one of the bars, one of the the reason, well, one of the exclusions, if you want to join the military, one of the characteristics that will prevent you from being allowed to join the military is if you are a white nationalist, if you're a racist, if you're a member of the KKK, things like that. If you're in the Nazi party, you're not allowed to join the government that the founders fought a revolution to create. We're not going to train you to destroy the very system that you loathe because you just can't play nice with people with other kinds of pigments or backgrounds. And this is what it's about. But now, it's like Tommy Tuberville's like, oh, they're just Americans. No, they're not. They may be Americans by name, I guess. Yeah, technicality. But that doesn't mean you have the right to join the military for this a so-called free country is going to train you in weapons and how to kill and everything so you can turn it on us. But you see, there's no low anymore. The bar is there's no bar. There's no line. As long as they have power. And if that means riding Nazis to power, that's what they will do. They like Nazis. He says, I think those are you call them white nationalists. I call them Trump supporters, but don't call me a white nationalist. It's like the video we played the other day of the Newsmax idiot saying how, we abhor white supremacy, but this the guy who committed the massacre, one of our latest massacres, is giving white supremacists a bad name. It's just, this is what I'm saying. We're living in a funhouse mirror of cuckoo, cuckoo, and Nazis.
It's very bad for our country. All over the world, they looked at it.
He also said he would accept the 2024 election results if it's, quote, an honest election. On foreign affairs, Trump was asked who he wants to win the war between Russia and Ukraine.
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
Yeah, how do you do that?
And I'll have that done.
You do it by giving Putin everything he wants, right? Yeah, it's like just give him the Sudetenland, right? Just carve off Czechoslovakia. Don't worry, that'll satiate him. His power-hungry need to destroy democracy. Don't worry. It's not like, because these people are fucking vile. They're vile. Oh, I don't want to hear the people clapping this scumbag. Oh, they're just good people. Who are what? They're not good people. If you're applauding this orange Nazi, you're not a good person. I'm sorry. And stop, Democrats. Stop pandering to the Nazis, too. Stop saying, oh, they're good people. Like, all of a sudden, they're going to come around and be like, wait, these Democrats, they're not that bad. I think I'll vote for them. I was wrong all along. Being a Nazi, because that Democrat was so respectful to me, I am now no longer a Nazi and will vote Democratic. Hold on, we'll be right back. We're listening to this filthy fascist dirtbag called Scummy. Oh, well, Trump.
I'll have that done in 24 hours. I'll have it done.
Trump said Europe should be footing more of the bill, and it takes a strong president to get that to happen.
Oh, of course.
He also said the war would have never happened had he won in 2020. Regarding abortion,
Very complex issue for the country.
Yeah, sure
you have people on both sides of an issue. But we are now in a very strong position. Pro-life people are in a strong position to make a deal that's going to be good and going to be satisfactory for them.
He did not say
like everyone's going to have health care, everything's going to be free, and everyone's going to have fairies and rainbows flying out of their asses, and we're all going to just zoom and live forever. It's gonna be magic. It's a magical world that we'll live in when we give power to a scumbag who hates America through and through, who hates the very essence of democracy because he's not man enough to admit he lost. So, the whole thing is gonna have to go into the trash can, because how could he ever look Putin in the eyes? Well, he wouldn't be looking him in the eyes. He'd be looking him probably in the zipper. But okay, how will he ever hang out with all the dictators and do their bidding?
whether he would sign a federal abortion ban, but called pro-choice advocates extremists and said overturning Roe v. Wade was a great victory. On the economy, Trump took a question.
Can you believe this news package? How they're reporting it as if he's a serious person, as if this is real, as if he's not saying everything that he feels like he needs to say to get dupes to vote for him. He doesn't give a shit, and he said it right there in the stupid so-called town hall, where he's like talking about the debt ceiling. And he's like, well, you said that the debt ceiling was sacred and no one should ever use it or to negotiate, and who would ever do that, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, now I'm not president now. Real cute. And right there it says he's just full of shit and doesn't know what the F he's doing. All he knows is that he needs his ass licked, and CNN got a whole audience together to do it.
From the audience.
What is the first thing you would do to help bring down the cost to make things more affordable?
Drill, baby, drill. We're energy independent.
Why don't you just pull some other stupid slogan out of your ass? USA, USA, USA. Dude, pull some bullshit. This is such an insult to humanity to have to share the same air with a scumbag like him and all of his scum-sucking supporters. It is such an insult to everyone who ever gave their life for this thing, for democracy, to have this filthy, disgusting waste of human DNA toy with it, toy with us, and all of his cheerleading ghouls and goons. Ugh, filth.
Energy dominant. This place was rocking, and then we were given a gift from China.
Rockin'. Oh, I hate these people. And we go, oh my God, I hate them. I hate them. I can't.
Mention of China when President Trump was asked about classified documents and the raid on his estate at Mar-a-Lago.
Do you have the president?
But called pro-choice.
That's the other thing. They kept calling him Mr. President. He's not the fucking president. He's not the president. And then President Trump, he's not the president. That's not a thing. This is a new thing, right? Where we give people their titles. We call them by their titles, even though they don't friggin' have the job anymore. It's a goddamn job. And it was a show of respect when somebody was worthy of respect. But you don't call somebody who tried to overthrow democracy, who's not man enough to preside over the peaceful transfer of power. You don't call him Mr. President. You don't give him that respect. Oh, Mr. President. That's why it was making me sick. The whole thing is sick. Really. And Mark on the chat, even calling him sir is a stretch. Well, that's why he always has to say, sir, sir. He loves telling stories where everybody calls him sir because he knows how unworthy he is. Filth. This is what I mean. Enough. Everybody better snap out of it. Snap out of it, Democrats. Stop calling the Trump dupes good people. They're not. They're not good people. Ron DeSantis is not a good person either. They're either one fascist or another fascist. They all suck. If you, in case you haven't noticed, you see how disgusting they are. How they fix the facts around the policy. How they manipulate laws to suit them so they can glom onto power and never let it go. That's not democracy. That's not service. That's authoritarianism. When you think only I can fix it, you're not God. You're not the goddamn, you're not a king. This goes to show you they're absolutely unfit, all of them, and the people who vote for them too, because they know what they're voting for and they want it. They want more of it. They're unfit to live in this country. I wish they would get the F out. And we'll talk about it soon. I hope to talk about it on tonight's show, because Putin is building this is the best news I've ever heard. Putin is building a village for Americans to come live in Russia. Go. That's the best news I've heard. Get the F out. You see, you can't function in a democracy. We know that. You hate America. Then get out. You can go to an authoritarian dictator's oligarchy. You can go there. You can live in Putin's Russia, where you can hate gays all you want. Just hate. hate. It's going to be like a hate Disneyland. Like DeSantis wants to turn Florida into. You know, it's the corruption is so blatant and so out in the open. They're so disgusting. They're so irredeemable. The entire Republican Party, they're all crooks in it for the money. All of them. They're all George Santos. They're all perjury trader Green. They're all disgusting people. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them. You know, or Democrats. Oh, they're good. They're good people being misled. No, they're not. They're not. We all know who Trump is. Oh, and that's what I mean with, let me just play this friggin' Anderson Cooper. I don't think I can't get through the rest of this clip of Trump without vomiting, so.
Before we begin with tonight's broadcast, I want to say something about what we witnessed at last night's town hall. Many of you have expressed deep anger and disappointment. Many of you are upset that someone who attempted to destroy our democracy was invited to sit on a stage in front of a crowd of Republican voters to answer questions and predictably continued to spew lie after lie after lie. And I get it.
This monotone?
It was disturbing. It was disturbing to see and hear that person refer to a black law enforcement officer as a thug.
Thank you for validating that.
An adjective he used many times to describe black men. And called Caitlin Collins, the moderator, nasty, which is what he calls any woman who stands up to him. It was disturbing to hear him speak so highly of QAnon conspirators and insurrectionists who assaulted police officers in our democracy on January 6th.
Interesting.
And it was awful to hear him spread ridiculous lies about the election.
Wasn't it, though?
And it was certainly disturbing to hear that audience, young and old, our fellow citizens, people who love their kids and go to church, laugh.
They love their kids. They're good people. They laugh. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They like ice cream, long walks, sunsets. They're just like us, except if we were a bunch of Nazis who hate America. It reminds me of the photos from the World War II era of all the staff, the officers and their wives who worked at Auschwitz. They had the camp area, and then it was really great. They had their houses on the grounds of the concentration camp, and then they would have picnics, and there's all these photos of them like laughing and playing games. Right? And then in the background, there's the smoke going up from the chimney of human beings being turned into smoke. But yes, they're just like us. They laughed. They liked their dogs. There's pictures of them picnicking. I'm telling you, go look it up. Look it up. Auschwitz, picnics. You won't be surprised. Those are what we're looking at. Oh, they like picnics. They like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They're just like they're good people who have been misled. No, they're not. They're not good people. They suck. These are the 35% authoritarian followers who lack the fundamental decency to function in a democracy. Haven't I been saying this all along? It takes a level of it's maturity, yes, but it's also decency. It's the basic humanity required to function in a free democratic society of diverse people. All from a nation of immigrants all over the world. People come to form this more perfect union, to make a more perfect union. But who's standing in the way? Right-wingers, Republicans, lying after lie. That's how you know they hate this country, because they're not trying to actually solve our problems. They're not sincere partners in this thing. Because how can you be? They just lie. Constant lies. It's like at the border, there's supposedly, of course, what was supposed to be a deluge turned into a nothing trickle. But that doesn't stop the Republicans from saying how, it's out of control. So many people, title, whatever, is is now, it's not in effect anymore. And everyone's like, it's an infestation. It's an invasion, because they don't want to have an actual conversation and solve problems and deal with our problems. They want to point fingers and deflect blame and stir up hatred. That's it. They want to point fingers and stoke division. It's not like, just look at how they behave. Just sending migrants to other states like that. What they are saying is that it's us against them, that you're the enemy. I'm sending it to you. They do these things to trick people too. They trick people to get on the buses. They say they give no warning to the states that they're sending people to. Now, and you have to keep in mind as well that the border states, they get funding for migrant situations. So when you send people to other states that aren't border states, they don't get the same funding. So, of course, the right wingers this is what they want to do because they hate people. They hate America, and they're not a sincere partner in America. So the United States of my ass. They hate the United States. That's why I want them to move to Russia. Putin is laying out the welcome mat for you. You know, just because you can't function in a democracy, in a free society that you can only pretend to love, that doesn't mean you get to change it into your authoritarian dreamland. Your theocratic, white nationalist, authoritarian dreamland. You don't get to do that. You know, and wrap yourself in the flag all the way. Take your asses, take your oh so put upon asses to Putin's Russia, where you could hate the gays like he does, where you could hate trans people like he does, where you don't have to worry about elections that you can't abide by the results of, because you'll just have Putin as your hero, and that's what you like. That's what you want. He's, in your eyes, a very strong leader, right? They did interviews with Republicans. They asked, who you think is a better leader, Putin or Obama? Back in the day, that was. And they were all Putin's better, Putin, because they hate democracy. And they're racists, of course. I mean, they just hate everything about this country. Unfortunately for them, they were born here. So get the fuck out. Get out. Go. You know? I mean, you can't do a damn thing for the country. You can't put on a stupid cloth across your stupid mouth for the country. Much less anything else. You hate everything. You hate what? Diversity. You hate democracy. You hate everything sucks, right? Oh, the voting sucks. Everybody, the country sucks. American carnage, right? Don't want to have there's too much. People take a knee. People trying to get a seat at the table. That sucks. You can't take that. Get the fuck out. Then. Please. Then you can have your Christian nationalist nation. That's what Putin's saying. You know, come to Russia. It's a Christian nation. And no one's going to tell you there's, all these genders. This is what they're saying. Oh, there's 84 genders. Because they can't function in a free society. People who are free are very frightening to them. Free to live authentic lives. That's terrifying to them. And I'm sick of it. All right, let me see what's happening. Do we have Poppy on the phone? We'll have to get back to Anderson Cooper in a minute. Poppy? Are you on the phone, Poppy? I have to make sure that you're not just on the phone, but that people can hear you. Last time I had I don't know. We gotta wait. We have to wait a minute. But just say something, because last time I had a caller. Wait, hold on a second. Last time I had a caller, it was there was a problem. So I'm hoping, they couldn't hear. So you should, let me ask, how come, what the fuck? See, I don't know if people will say something. Just say hello, everybody. Right. No Poppy. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, they can't hear you. Fuck. What the fuck is going on? This is fucked up. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I thought I had fixed it again. What in the world? Oh, I don't know. This is weird. We might have... Yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me try this. What about now? Say something.
Oh, there's something.
Hello?
That sounds like I'm coming through.
No. Poppy, say something. Poppy.
It sounds like I'm coming. I can
Maybe
hear
I
it when I
can't
come
hear
through
you
on you.
Fuck.
No, now you can't hear me.
What the fuck? Are you talking, Poppy?
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm saying something. I'm being chitty-chatty and...
Hello? Yeah, nobody... What the fuck? Oh, okay. See, I wasn't able to hear you. What the... Yes, but I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. What? Yeah. What is happening? Yeah. Well, this is incredible because it should be automatic. That's the problem. And, oh, fuck. I have no producer. That's the problem. I don't understand why this is like unbelievable. Yeah, I thought I had it. I thought I had fixed it. And that's why it's like, all right. Fuck. Yeah, we might have to like not... I mean, there's no way if I can't hear you. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, what is your... I don't understand. This is, like, incredible. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind here. I just can't take it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's unreal. Anyway. Let me see. Uh-huh. That's why he wrecked the show. Jesus Christ. Hold on a second. We'll be right back. Okay. Why is this not... Anyway, I'm going to have to do another... I thought I had fixed it. I did a test and everything, and now it's not fucking working. So, but do you want to tell me what you're plugging, and I'll tell everybody? Or, yeah. Yes. Okay, Poppy has two New York shows coming up. One is in Albany, June 21st. At the Funny Bone. And one on the 22nd in Syracuse at the Funny Bone. Jeez. Right. All right. Well, that's awesome. Wait, what about now? I knew. Oh, yes. And Poppy, this is incredible too. Poppy is getting inducted into the Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame. Isn't that incredible? That's absolutely incredible. That's amazing, Poppy. Not many people can say that, really, you know? For real. No, that's an incredible, that's an incredible, you know, what do you call it? You know, yeah. When you get introduced and all, you know? Yeah, Oprah, Joan Rivers, and the Comedy Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's incredible. Not many people can say that. So, congratulations. Right. Well, you know, the other thing you can do, Poppy, that I think might actually work is call in on Skype. You know, do you have a Skype? Well, you just use Skype and you know, you could just call. I think that's going to work. It's like something's going on. I don't know. It's with this looping the phone into the Skype is the problem. But the Skype itself should automatically work. Anyway, wait. I don't know. Oh, really? Well, you could do that. You can try that if you want. I don't know. It's up to you, you know? Well, you gotta... All right, well, what is your... Well, we can do. I'm gonna have to hang up then on this. And what is your Skype name? Oh, fuck this then. Let's do it another time. I can't do it because this is people are gonna be like, well, whatever. Unreal. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I thought this. We'll see. Maybe we could do it during the week or something. I have to figure this out again. I'm gonna have to contact ECAM again and be like, what the fuck? It's like incredible. I've done this, and all right. Well. Oh, okay. Well, it could be during the week or whatever. So Poppy's got P-Town next Friday. She says so. Maybe during the week. All right. If I get this shit on I'm gonna have to get it fixed. It's fucked up. And all right. Ugh. Whatever. All right, guys. Yeah, the third time will be a charm. All righty. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea. I did it. I did a test. I thought I had it. And then as soon as Poppy called and the phone, I could see that that the lever wasn't moving. And I'm pressing buttons. I had it hooked up. I just don't fucking know. I just do not know. I have to contact ECAM again. How come other people have shows that have audio? That's what I want to know. How come? You know? I have it set up correctly. That's why I'm like at a loss. What do I do? All right, back to screaming at Anderson Cooper, I guess. I'm so sorry. I'm going to lose it. I'm pissed off. It pisses me off because, like, I see other shows. Nobody has this problem except me. Why? I got to figure. Maybe I need to do something else as far as the phones. Get a different phone system. Instead of this fucking call-in studio that I have. I don't know. I just do not know. All right. Let me see. We're back. All right. Thank you for hanging out, putting up with this shit. I'm sick of it myself. It makes me want to not even do a show, to tell you the truth. But I don't know. What else would I do with my life? Really, you know? It would be better if things actually worked, but I don't know. All right, let me get back to Anderson Cooper screaming about that. Well, the thing is, where was we on that? Let's go resume.
Applaud his lies and his continued defamation of a woman who, according to a jury of his peers, he sexually abused and defamed. As good a job as Caitlin Collins did trying to fact-check him, it is impossible to fact-check fully because he lies so shamelessly. Now, many of you think CNN shouldn't have given him any platform to speak, and I understand the anger about that, giving him the audience, the time, I get that. But this is what I also get. The man you were so disturbed to see and hear from last night, that man is the front runner for the Republican nomination for president. And according to polling, no other Republican is even close. That man you were so upset to hear from last night,
you know what gets on my nerves?
States in less than 2 years. And that audience that upset you?
This asshole, the condescension in his lecture about this. That man you were so upset to hear might be president in 2 years. Fuck that, first of all. But it's not about the fact that we were so upset to hear him because our delicate ears, we've been hearing him for how many years? Is there anybody that doesn't know what he is and what he stands for? I don't think so, because if there were, who are they? I'd like to learn their secret, really.
That's a sampling of about half the country.
Not half.
It's
not half. The country, that's the problem. Half the country are not Trumpanzees. They are a minority of the country.
Your family members, your neighbors.
Well, that might be,
voting.
But they're not half the country.
And many said they're voting for him.
Oh, because they're
now,
fucking
maybe
disgusting.
You haven't been paying attention to him since he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him.
Who's been enjoying not hearing from him? Can anybody? Anybody tell me who's enjoying not hearing from him? I wish. This is why I'm like, this is why people were saying, and I'm one of them, it's a complete gaslighting yet again. That's what's so infuriating about living through this time. It's like we're being gaslit from all directions. Being gaslit that the Supreme Court is legitimate. We're being gaslit that the corporate media is legitimate. Now he's gaslighting us that there's some kind of place where there's no Trump, where people aren't hearing Trump. I wish. God damn it. Where? Because I want to go there. Where is it that we are all blissfully going about our lives without this freaking orange Nazi interfering? Because I want to go there.
It can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far.
Shut up. You know what's also annoying is that his delivery. Is that the way he talks? I don't really watch his show. But we played a clip of his show the last time, too, of him interviewing the man who was on this scene trying to help people not die at the last massacre, at the last mall massacre. But I guess he didn't do a lot of the talking in that interview because the man's experience was so absolutely astonishing and and disturbing. So, but I mean, is that what it sounds like to be? I guess is that his news voice or something?
So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It
yeah,
is
bitch, because
again.
you assholes are putting this asshole on the air. You're amplifying this Nazi. You're taking the Nazi off of his knockoff Twitter, whatever the hell that is, and you're putting it into people's living rooms who didn't ask for it. And he gets to spew the lies all over the place without anyone fact-checking him in real time. He just gets to lie and put on his show, put on his nasty woman show. Scum.
He hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Unapologetic liberal talk when there's audio. Tarabuster. If you can become a patron, that might help. Maybe I can get somebody. I don't know, whatever. Maybe. I'm giving up.
And he is running hard. You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again.
Thank you. Thank you for validating that. You have every right to be angry. Well, thank you, you condescending piece of dirt. Thank you. You patronizing. Ugh. You have every right to never watch this network again. Well, why would we? Every so-called member of the Fourth Estate is in it for one thing: greed, money. They're not in it for the country. They're not doing their constitutionally proscribed role. The only profession enshrined in the Constitution as being necessary for a functioning democracy is a joke, is an absolute disgusting disgrace. So don't tell us that, we have to hear this Nazi's lies and that we're in a silo of some silo of information where Trump never penetrates. God help us, I wish. I friggin' wish. Because if that were the case, we wouldn't be in this boat. I wish where is this magical land he's talking about where there is no Trump?
Do you think staying in your silo and only listening to people you agree with is going to make that person go away?
Only listening to people we agree with, and here you go. There's the gaslighting again. It's not about agreeing. We gotta agree with a liar. We gotta agree with a lying, a psychopath's version of reality, which is a complete fabrication because he's a lying bitch who doesn't give a shit about America, who hates America. He's wiping his ass with America, and the Trumpanzees are asking for seconds. You know, they would lick they would lick his ass if he said, "It's I shit ice cream." They would line up for seconds. You know it's true.
We all only listen to those we agree with. It may actually do the opposite.
Agree with what? We don't have to agree with filth and lies and a friggin' disgrace. You know, I don't need to hear the ramblings of David Duke in order to know that I don't live in that filthy world that he concocts in his stupid mind, in his waste of a human mind. Oh, if we don't hear both sides, how will we know? We're living in our silos. Our silos where reality is reality. We got to live in a silo where Trump. Well, is that the silo where I guess Trump University is an Ivy League school? Where Trump Network vitamins are the cure for cancer? What silo? What silo is truth? You know, you're supposed to be a stinking news network. What silo? Do your job. You have to broadcast lies? We know what he says. Is there anyone on the planet that doesn't know the filthy lies that Donald Trump spreads? I don't think so. Unreal. And then the condescension, what's the word? It's just infuriating. Having this another, privileged mouthpiece talk down to people that are, if anything, giving this so-called news network some constructive criticism. But they don't care. They're not going to, it's our fault, right? It's normal people's fault. It's the people who want desperately to have a functioning democracy that see the danger for what it is. In one breath, Anderson Cooper will acknowledge that danger. And in the next breath, he's like, here's some more of his lies, unchecked, unfettered, freewheeling. Here you go, here. Oh, you're in your silo of information, your silo, where truth is truth, not alternative facts. This is disgusting.
If lies are allowed to go unchecked, as imperfect as our ability to check them is on a stage in real time,
well, why don't
those
you
lies continue,
not do that
those
then?
Lies spread. If you're angry or upset, I understand, but you have the power to do something about it. You can actually get involved. You can make a difference, whatever side of the aisle you're on.
Hey, fuck you. How's that? We are involved. But when, you're trying to take one step forward and then you have the likes of CNN, it's like you're trying to dig out from this hole we're in, and here comes CNN with the bulldozer, putting all the dirt back in. Oh, well, you can get involved. How patronizing and condescending. What do you think we're doing? You can get involved. We are involved. Why don't you do your job? I'll do my job. You do your job. Don't broadcast the lies of a filthy fascist who's in the midst of a coup. How about that? Don't give him unfettered access and control over 70 minutes of airtime. And this will go down in history, not as some kind of, oh, look, they really did us a favor, pulling us out of our silos. Oh, because if we don't know what they think, how do we ever, whatever the hell they think we need to do? How do we ever both sides? How come that never, the other side, the Nazi side, is never expected to hear the both sides of our argument? They never, because they're so fragile and delicate. They're little fragile snowflakes that no one can upset them, not even the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has to say, these are very good people. They're such good people that they're sitting and applauding a sexual assaulter. Somebody who was just convicted by a jury of his peers of being guilty of sexual assault. And there they are laughing and cheering him. They're very fine people, indeed. Oh my God, help us. My name is Tara Devlin. Yes, the meltdown of the liberal media. There's someone, is that do we have an idiot on the chat there, or is that so-called, is that a statement of irony? The liberal media melting down because there's a filthy fascist Nazi on the loose, and we love that Nazi. Yeah, because he's just as racist as we are. That's really the problem here. Right-wingers lack the fundamental decency to function in a free democratic society. And they love when a sociopathic, narcissist, con man gets up there and lies to their faces. Because, they hate democracy. They want to hear the lies. That's what that's Fox News in a nutshell. We can't lose our Nazi followers. They don't want to hear the truth. So, look, our stock is going down. We better lie to their faces before they flee back to 4chan. And goodbye, flee back to 4chan, Bo. Really? These people are disgusting. Oh, the meltdown. Well, keep melting down, honestly. Because it is your patriotic duty to stand up to Nazis. To lying fascist Nazis and their admirers. Oh, the meltdown. Well, you wouldn't want to melt down when democracy's dying. What do you do if you hate democracy? That's something to cheer, right? If you want to be lied to, you want a con man to basically, destroy everything that every person, whoever gave their lives for democracy, made the ultimate sacrifice for. No one stormed the beaches of Normandy so a pig, no offense to pigs, like Donald Trump, could not respect the peaceful transfer of power because he's not a man. He's not man enough to or decent enough to admit that he lost, that he's a piece of dirt. But they love that piece of dirt. You see what I'm saying? They love it. Oh, but it triggers the libs when democracy dies. Let's do it. Let's trigger the libs because they're such patriots, you know. Right-wingers, they're so patriotic. That's what they jerk off to triggering their fellow Americans. That's, you know, because they're so patriotic. Right? They've waved those flags. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of the filth. And that's who they are. You know? And you see these assholes, they'll come to the show and they'll say stupid things like that, they're revealing who they are. But let's put the shoe on the other foot. Do you ever see liberals going to, let's say, a Nazi gathering or Fox News, let's say, right? And getting on there and going, oh, look, you know, they're melting down. They're being triggered, right? Because we're not in there. Well, I'm not trying to trigger these assholes. They're already triggered. I want them to get the fucking help they need. I want them to have health care. I would like them to have live in a decent civilized society where they could go to the mall without being turned into red mist, without losing their faces. Right? I want them to have the freedom to go pick up some fucking compression socks at the mall without having their entire family wiped out. But what do they have to offer us? Nothing. I'll answer that question. They got zilch, as they always do. And they have nothing. Notice in any challenge that we face as a nation, are they sincere partners? Are they coming to the table to sincerely negotiate or come up with a solution? The hell fucking no. Hell no. All they do is point fingers, and we could tell just how cynical and how much they are not, you know, partners in this whatever the grand experiment in liberal democracy. We could tell that by the way that they apply their outrage selectively, and they apply their policies selectively. So when a Democrat's in office, it's like, oh, this debt ceiling must not be raised. But when a Republican's in office, they raise it again and again and again, high, without a peep. So, and that's just one of the zillion examples, because that's how they operate. Their outrage is only they ignore subpoenas. Only when Democrats issue them, right? When they how many times they drag Hillary Clinton in front of their sham committees? Oh yeah, they're doing it now. You know, now in fact, I'm sure you've seen they're coming up again with bupkis. Absolutely nothing against Joe Biden. Even the Fox News fascists are admitting it. They're like, well, I guess you got nothing. You still got nothing, do you? Here, I actually have a clip from this.
Have you found anything illegal while he was actually in office?
Well, we found a lot that's certainly unethical. We found a lot that should be illegal.
Are you standing by witness intimidation? The witnesses and the whistleblowers are being intimidated by the president's son's lawyers. You stand by that, and you say you have evidence of that?
It depends on your definition of intimidation.
But you've got to be able to prove they broke laws. Can you do that?
Right. Well, as you know, my job is to investigate and present the facts. We're presenting facts that's never been presented before.
There's no evidence that Joe Biden did anything illegally.
Well, if you look at the laptop and the emails between the president's son and his associates, they went to great lengths to hide Joe's involvement, and we're still looking for more bank records that we believe will implicate Joe Biden's active participation in this at the end of the day.
See? They got nothing. They got nothing. That's who they are. But whatever, get in front of a camera, get in front of their dumbasses and just feed bullshit right down their throats. Just shovel it down there.
Before we begin with tonight's broadcast,
let's get to the end of this.
If lies are allowed to go unchecked, as imperfect as our ability to check them is on a stage in real time, those lies continue and those lies spread. If you're angry or upset, I understand, but you have the power to do something about
your
it.
hole.
You can actually get involved. You can make a difference.
We can? Oh, we can make a difference? What do you think we're doing? I don't know. I do what I can. We can get involved. Well, why don't you do what you do your thing? You just stay in your lane. We'll do our thing. We'll show up. We'll vote. We are involved. Anybody who's involved and is actually a patriot knows what a disgusting display of self-serving greed we witnessed on CNN. And if we have the right to be outraged, you goddamn right we do. But Jesus Christ, why don't you look in the mirror? It's unreal.
Whatever side of the aisle you're on.
Oh, yes.
After last night,
Whatever.
none of us can
Both
say,
sides.
I didn't know what's out there.
After last night, as if we didn't know before. Okay. All right, I'll get off on. I'll just get off this topic before I have a meltdown. Yes, we're I'm just so sick of. I'm sick of Republicans, and I'm done being nice with them. Yeah, well, it's true. Not everybody gets involved, Robin. You're right, but I'm just saying that it's for him to excuse what CNN, that display they put on, that repugnant excuse for a town hall. It wasn't a town hall. It was no town hall. It was a hand-picked bunch of Trumpanzees and Republican operatives sucking the ass and giving their dim Fuhrer narcissistic supply so he can put on a show and spread lies. And to say we can get involved? How do you get involved with that? We're getting involved by giving CNN, in this situation, giving them the feedback that they rightfully deserve. But, people do. Not everybody, I understand, gets involved. Well, what? That's the answer? So as fascism spreads like the blob all over this country, the answer is to work even harder to try to stop it by getting involved. This ubiquitous, arching umbrella term that says nothing. Get involved how? What do we do, Anderson? How do we get involved? How do we stop you from helping a con man spread his lies? Yeah, voting, of course. That's it. Okay, that's what we do. I do. You do. And CNN, though, is not making it any easier, are they? What public service did that serve in any way, shape, or form? We know the lies that Trump is spreading. We know he's a dirtbag. We know he's a sexual assault. I mean, that very day, the day before it was, right? He was convicted by a jury of his peers of sexual assault. And there he is doing it again. And defamation. There he is defaming and sexually, and abusing a woman who he's been abusing for 50 years or 40 years, however long it's been. A pig. He's a disgusting pig. And I don't know. I don't want to insult pigs. So what public service did that serve in any way, shape, or form? It wasn't for news. It wasn't entertaining. It's entertaining for sociopaths. It's for bullies, for little schoolyard bullies who hate America. It's entertaining for that, for those cretins. Oh, they're good America. They're good people. They're your neighbors. Well, so what? Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on any Republican. Really. You're all part of the problem. But there is a solution. Thankfully, as I was saying. Let's read this. I'm just looking at the time. Okay. I'm so mad in so many ways at this. I'm mad at not being able to have audio on the phone call. I got to fix this, which I thought I did. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of having to get in touch with ECAM and get on a fucking phone call with them and then go through this. What? I don't understand. We had audio on the phone for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden it's not there anymore. So what? Why? Everything's set up the way it's set up. I take screenshots of everything when it's all set. Every button is where it's supposed to be. The fuck? All right. Oh, yes, and Sunday is... Here's another thing that's going to piss me off. Sunday's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to mothers and their admirers. And... we're going to be bombarded by Republicans like, Happy Mother's Day. They hate mothers. United States is one of the worst countries to be a mother. We know that. It's one of the worst countries to raise a family. Yeah. Let's see. Worst country in the developed world. See, that's another thing. I remember talking to some right-winger once. I did some panel. And I was like, the United States is the least upwardly mobile with the widest income gap of all of our Western partners. And he's like, yeah, what? What are you talking about? It's the, like he was saying that it's not as bad as, some developing nation. He's like pulling, I don't remember, like Congo or something. But even Congo, they have better health care and things like that. And I was like, so you're comparing us to countries that aren't, modern Western industrialized nations. So we should be like that. We're better than that. So that's okay. So that's the pool where we're, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the standard we're comparing ourselves against now. It's incredible. But yeah, we're better than that, but every other country on earth, or that is a Western democracy, is happier, healthier, decent. They don't, from going to the mall without worrying about whether you're going to lose your face and be killed, of course. Yeah, U.S. is ranked among the worst countries to raise a family. This is in the New York effing Post. Well, the United States gets an F for family. Well, happy Mother's Day. In case you thought America wasn't experiencing enough turmoil of late, the U.S. has been named the second worst wealthy nation in which to raise a family, according to the new research by Asher and Lyric. The first time I looked at the data, I was in disbelief, said co-founder Lyric Benson Ferguson, said of the findings in something called the RAFI Index, Raising a Family Index. The Los Angeles-based mother of two started this site with her Aussie husband, Asher Ferguson, to help people stay safe, healthy, and happy at home while traveling. To determine the most and least family-friendly countries, the couple raised 35 OECD countries, according to safety, happiness, cost, health, education, and time. The U.S. clocked in at an abysmal 34th place, just ahead of last place Mexico, whose murder rate jumped to the highest in nearly 2 years as drug cartels have run amok during the coronavirus lockdown. Now, this is a 2-year-old article, so I think we as Americans are if we are truly honest with ourselves, we might understand why the United States ranks solidly as the second worst country to raise a family. Case in point, the red, white, and blue came in dead last in terms of time, which the RAFI index gauged by maternity leave, vacation days, and other factors that we don't have here. So happy Mother's Day, with no maternity leave, no sick leave, no vacation, and cost as measured by out-of-pocket healthcare costs, cost of living, income ratio, and more. The study noted that the U.S. is the only country that doesn't require or offer maternity leave. Even worse, the only country, right? Dumb. Yeah, USA, USA. Well, it's a multitude of factors. The reason we don't have these things is because of racism and greed. The greedy assholes on the corporate media and the silos of information like Fox News tell dumbasses like the idiot who just came to our channel and posted his stupidity that they're living in the best. They got the best country. So why would you fix perfect? Just lie to people. Just lie and lie and lie. Well, anyway, for now, that is the end of the Progressive Voices part of the show. We will win. If you can become a patron, please do at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Keep this show going and growing. We're on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. I don't know, stick together, we win. Thank you, Poppy, for hanging out, or trying to at least. My name is Tara Devlin. I'll see you soon. All right. We will get the phones fixed one day. Maybe there's another way I can do it without, pardon me, without having to go through the call-in studio. Well, I don't know, it's tough. Tough. Fuck. I'm so pissed off. You don't even know. I don't know, guys. I'm getting in a mood again where I'm wondering. I don't know. Whatever. Where am I? Yeah, anyway. Everything sucks. So the most surprising was America's global safety rating, which was, according to the research, worse, second poorest than Mexico, or to Mexico, excuse me. Well, there's also, so this article is 2 years old, but nothing's changed. It's only gotten worse. In fact, there are countries are now, I think 16 countries, let's see, countries issuing travel warnings to its citizens about the United States. Issue travel warnings. Isn't this a disgrace? This is what happens when you have a bunch of greedy ghouls who hate democracy, who care nothing about the general welfare, who just want people to be nothing but hosts from which to suck profit and discard. They don't give a shit about the bigger picture of the general welfare, the liberal age of enlightenment, the grand experiment in liberal democracy. They hate that. They just want more money. They want more zeros on their bank account. So, they don't give a shit about borders or the flag, or all of that is a ruse to ensure, it helps them divide people. So they don't care. They want money. They need another zero on their bank account. Not that they'll ever spend it. They just want to look at it and jerk off over it. Yeah, there are other countries. Let's see. Canada. Can you believe this? Pardon me, I'm losing my voice. So American travelers, at least those of the cautious variety, may be familiar with the U.S. State Department's travel advisories. The agency monitors the world for potential trouble and issues warnings like Level 1, exercise normal precautions, Level 4, do not travel, alerting would-be visitors to terrorism threats, war, arbitrary enforcement of local laws, high crime rates, and other personal security issues. But have you ever wondered how other countries and governments caution their citizens about coming to the United States? Yes, well, I have. After all, the rate of gun-related death in the United States is going up in recent years. Mass shootings have become downright commonplace. The worst of the mass shootings, this is an article written in January of this year, so there have been many, many more mass shootings since. So the worst of the mass shootings, such as the recent ones in California, which ones were they? There's so many. While mass shootings generate the most attention, they account for just a small fraction of the overall gun-related death in America. So would-be visitors aren't being warned entirely off America, but each nation has its own approach. The key takeaway? Violent crime rarely involves tourists. Well, that's good for them, except when it does. But, then you're just a statistic then. So let's see who has travel warnings. Canada advises its citizens to take normal security precautions when visiting the United States. The government of Canada also reminds their citizens of frequent mass shootings in America. Incidences of mass shootings occur, resulting most often in casualties. The warning states, the United Kingdom reminds would-be visitors that incidences of mass shootings can occur and that violent crime, including gun crime, rarely involves tourists, but you should take precautions. They always have to, they got to remind, it rarely involves tourists. Well, if the tourist was going to the mall at that moment, or the tourist was going to a concert, or wanted to go to church while they were here, or a park, or a grocery store, or wherever, school, they were just passing through while school was in session. It says, and this is, well, let's see, France says the United States is among one of the safest countries, but it warns about gun violence and mass shootings. You know, it's trying to play both sides, I guess. It's saying it's very rare, and that's what we keep. That's, you know, it did piss me off. I was during one of the latest mass shootings on the corporate media. They were like, yeah, statistically, it's less likely to die of as a result of a mass shooting. Now we're there, right? It's sort of like, it's like going down in a plane crash. You're statistically, you're not gonna be involved in a mass shooting, except when it happens, and it's you. Statistically, I mean, it's just, come on. They're telling us, don't worry about it. Don't really worry about it. You know, it's probably not going to be you. It's just going to be somebody else. So, fuck them, right? Fuck them. If it ain't you, who cares? What do you care? It's not, the chances are you'll be fine. But the fact that there is a chance that when you go to a grocery store, you might be murdered by someone who pulls up and starts shooting with an assault weapon. I mean, it's just so fucking disgusting. Did you see that video of the one of the latest massacres at the mall? He just pulls up in front of the mall, gets out of his car, and boom, 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 boom. So it's spraying these assault weapon bullets at everyone, killing many in a matter of seconds, ripping people's faces off, opening up their chests. You know, like Lauren Boebert says, they cordless hole puncher. Isn't she great? Funny. What a knee slapper. Because it wasn't her, you see. It's not going to be her. Chances are, it's not her. I wonder what Lauren Boebert would do, right? I know she's always packing heat. But I don't think she really, like anybody, stands a chance if somebody pulls up. Somebody you think is a good guy with a gun, all of a sudden turns into a bad guy with a gun. A bad guy with an AR-15. And before she can even go, oh, boom, boom, pew, pew, it's over. And you have no chance. There's no chance that a doctor is going to put you back together. That's the problem, too. These people are... Ugh, I can't believe this country. It's like a surrealistic nightmare that we're living in. But the good news is, let's read about Putin's migrant village. It's really, I mean, I got to thank him for doing that. It's a great idea. And I mean, come on. What are you waiting for, right-wingers? It's specifically for conservatives. And this is from the Moscow Times. Written today. Well, no, yesterday, May 11th. Russia to build a migrant village for conservative American expats. Hooray! Russian authorities will launch construction of a village outside Moscow for conservative Americans and Canadians next year. That's great. The state-run RIA Novosti news agency reported on Thursday. Russia has for years positioned itself as a bastion of traditional values in contrast with Western liberalism. You see, that means democracy, that where people are free to live authentic lives. All people, where gay people aren't thrown from roofs or legislated against anymore. And well, now they go to the trans people, and they still legislate against gay people. But it's not as bad as it used to be. Well, not for trans, you know what I'm saying, though. In Russia, they are, calling this traditional. Traditional values are hating on the targeted minority group, trans and gay people, and legislating them out of existence. Republicans are still trying to do that here. But there's no gay marriage or same PP marriage in Moscow or in Russia. To them, that's traditional values. Right? Traditional values of hating some other people. Right? Just like Jesus wanted you to do. Jesus, we all know about Jesus, right? He was so filled with hate for the other. That's all over the Bible, right? He was like, fuck the stranger. If the stranger tries to come to your country, fleeing a failed state you helped create, you build a wall. Expel the stranger and build a wall. Use the stranger as political fodder. Especially if that stranger has no shoes on, that's even best. That's the best. That's the best kind of joke to play on them. But then also proclaim your love of Jesus. Well, the Republican Jesus. Right? I love these Republicans. Like Marjorie Perjury Trader Green is like posted. I guess she was feeling the spirit. She's like, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. That's all. Yeah, I wish, Perjury, I wish you loved Jesus. You hate Jesus. That's another thing. I'm so sick of Democrats. Why don't you, stop telling others. Stop trying to gaslight us like these are good people who are cheering and laughing about a victim of sexual assault. They're laughing with the perpetrator. Oh, they're such good people. And stop telling, when these Republicans are like, I love Jesus. You know what you say? Bullshit. You hate Jesus. If he came back, you'd crucify him again. Conservatives crucify Jesus because he was upsetting their bank accounts. So let's see. A migration Timur Besalagurov, a migration lawyer at Moscow's Visa Foreign Business Support, claimed that around 200 families wish to emigrate to Russia for ideological reasons. Good. Goodbye. Take them. Take Kirk Cameron, please. Take him. Take Scott Baio. Take the Trumps. They love it. They want to be there. But of course, if Trump ever did move to Russia, of course he would only be moving there to flee. He'd flee any kind of legal, to flee his crimes. But Putin doesn't want him in Russia. He hates him. He wants him here to destroy America, to do what he's told him to do. To be this poison in our body politic, to destroy America from the inside. He doesn't want him in Russia. Plus, he'd always be trying to hang out with him like a needy bitch. Nobody likes a needy bitch. And that's Trump. He's a needy little bitch. Can Putin be my best friend? He actually said that. And these Republicans are like, oh, Trump is really strong. No, he's not. He's the neediest, weakest little snowflake. Whiny little bitch. Always whining. Everyone's mean to me. Everybody's picking on me. Witch hunt. All I was doing was grabbing them by the pussy without permission. All I was doing was stealing. All I was doing was overthrowing the democracy that I took an oath to protect and defend. All I was doing was stealing classified documents to show Kim Jong-un, to show the fucking dumbasses who go to Maramoron. Yeah, that's what he does. You know, he wants everybody to go, wow, what a big man. Wandering around Maramoron like Steve Martin at the end of The Jerk. The half his pants half down, taking over the mic with somebody's wedding, some dumbass. Of course, they're all Trumpanzees. They're like, we're getting married at Maramoron. Ugh. I hope Trump wanders in and starts crying about a stolen election. How pathetic. Oh, they're good people being lied to. No, they're not. Yes, they're being lied to, but they're not good. No good people support Trump. I will stand by that statement. If you are a Trumpanzee, especially the Trumpanzees, but if you're just a casual Trump voter, you're not a good person. You better look at yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what's wrong with you? Say, you, I'm looking at you. What the hell is wrong with you? Where did you go wrong? Why are you so racist? Oh, don't you hate being called racist when you know you're not? Of course you're racist. That's all you got. Of course you are. If you vote like a racist and you vote and you support racist policies and you support the policies that are preferred and championed by the KKK and David Duke and white nationalists and all of the Nazis that Trump has dinner with and hangs out with at Maramoron, you're a racist. You're a filthy, I was going to say fucking and filthy at the same. You're a freaking racist. Just like Tucker Carlson. If you think the great replacement there, you're a racist. You're disgusting. You're not a good person. What's wrong with you? You spend this limited time on Earth, and that's what you do with it? You just hate other people who aren't you, who don't have your pigment. Because why? Look at Francis. We got Francis here. He's trying to jump up. I'm losing my voice. Let's see. Here. The reason is... Wait. I'm reading this article. Come on, Francis. What are you doing? The reason is propaganda. Oh, hello, Francis. Everybody say hello. Hello. Look up, Francis. Good boy. All right. Down you go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yes. The reason is propaganda of radical values. This is what they're saying in Russia, that people want to immigrate to this dreamland in Russia. Today, they have 70 genders. And who knows what will come next, of course, right? You might actually have people living authentic lives. You can't have that. People just being themselves. It's radical. That people want to spend their limited lifespan as their authentic selves and going about their business without a filthy fascist Republicon sticking its big filthy fascist nose into your business with, and then lying and vilifying you and stoking violence against you. It's crazy. It's so radical. Freedom. It's such a radical concept to these right-wingers. Let's see. Vladimir Putin. Oh, yes. Echoing Vladimir Putin's frequently deployed grievances against Western countries. Comparative gender freedom. Many normal people emigrate and are considering Russia, but they're faced with huge bureaucratic problems. Moscow's region administration has greenlit the construction of the expat village, and it will be financed by the relocating families. Well, good. Goodbye. That's a little bit odd, though, because, Republicans, they want, they're takers. So I'd be surprised. They're probably looking for some loophole in the taxes or something. I mean, we should do a GoFundMe for them. Get them the F out of here. Russia, which has been ranked among the worst countries for expats in recent years, experienced a major downturn in tourism and other foreign arrivals after the invasion of Ukraine. So, there you go. For Republicans, that's a good thing. So, there you go. Good night. Good night, Moon. Go. Get the hell out. But this is who these people are. I want to show you something. I need to show you this. We only have 12 minutes left, so this is kind of perfect to end on this. This is how useless these people are. Ever heard of this person? He's a right-winger. He's an idiot. And his name is Ethan Schmidt. I think we might have talked about him before. He is so clearly in the closet. All right? But he goes around. I'm sure he loves Russia. He loves Putin. Hates Ukraine because he hates democracy. And he goes around and he videotapes himself harassing people in different stores that might have pride displays up or sell a pride t-shirt or something. Here he is going to where did he go? He's going to the Crayola store to hunt wokeness.
You guys support woke? Or
support woke.
Do you support LGBT here?
We are family-friendly attraction, so we're inclusive to anybody.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Oh.
So it's good for all ages and all people,
All ages?
Yeah.
Alright. So make sure there's nothing gay here then.
Can you believe this guy? Make
Gay
sure
is
there's
not available all
gay.
ages, so make sure there's nothing homosexual here.
All right, listen. If everyone who was gay suddenly turned purple, this guy would light up like a Teletubby. Look at this guy. He is gay. He hates himself, and he's a pathetic he's just a pathetic soul. A sad, miserable soul. And could you imagine, this is what he does with his life. He goes around and harasses people at stores and asking them if they have gay display. You support gay people here? Now, there are many studies, it's not just me talking, but that have proven through scientific means that homophobes are gay. They are closet cases.
So here, we're hunting LGBT.
We're hunting LGBT.
You see anything?
I don't know. It's kind of tricky because it's colorful anyway.
Could you hear the guy? That's his buddy that he secretly, they need to simply hold each other. They do. And he and his buddy are going around, oh, well, do you see anything? You see anything gay here? And he's looking at this display of Crayola colors. He's like, it's tricky because it's colorful. We're talking about crayons. The pathetic right-wingers, really. What a waste of life. It's so tricky to figure it out, whether it's gay or it's just colorful. What do we do? Well, maybe we should go home and jerk each other off. Think about it.
I know it's kind of tricky because it's colorful anyway.
It's kind of
pretty tricky here.
I'm still going to say they are woke, though.
Yeah.
I'm starting to say they are woke, though. Whatever that means. Well, that means you're not a hateful asshole. That's it. It's like PC, but worse. It's incredible.
I'm still going to say they are woke, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crayola saw, everyone.
I mean, none of this is good. This is teaching, like, ridiculous emotions. Like, what is it?
Yeah, well, I don't think they have pronoun pins here.
They're looking for pronoun pins. They don't like the Crayola stuffed animals. They're too colorful. Well, they're not animals. They're stuffed little crayons with eyes.
Let's see if they got pronoun pins.
Pronoun pins. He's gay.
Pronoun pins. So, how's it going? How you guys doing? I'm good. Alright, God bless. Yeah, they don't support. Looks like they're not too woke here right now yet. So,
on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I would say there are 4.
There are 4 in terms of woke on a scale of 1 to 10. These people, it's pathetic. That's what I'm saying. What do they do? Get a real hobby. Do something that doesn't suck. These people, they bring nothing to the table. They add nothing to the conversation. They don't contribute to society in any way, shape, or form. In fact, they're like little gnats. Little annoying gnats that everybody has to endure, and then I'm sure the Democrats will be like, oh, they're good people. Just good people who are misled. They're not good. Here, this is them at Barnes and Noble.
Sir,
harassing
do you have
people.
A gay pride section for children?
For children?
Yes.
I don't think we have one for children, no.
Thank God.
Right there.
Thank God you don't have one for children. Thank you, sir.
Idiot.
Yeah, let's check it out, though. Let's make sure.
They
if
are
there is,
so
we're going to have
gay.
to complain to corporate about that.
You can't take their word for it. Sneak stuff in like a Trojan horse.
Here's the gay loser pride section.
There they go, harassing people. Just simply
Gay
harassing
loser
people.
pride section.
Now, come on. He's gay. The guy is gay. Homophobes are gay. Studies, numerous study upon study. Here's one. A study found that people who display homophobic tendencies are more likely to be gay. Teams at the University of Rochester in New York and the University of California and the University of Essex in England found that individuals who identify as straight often showed a strong attraction to same-sex in psychological tests. And it's not just about them saying, do you like gays? Or are you attracted to this? They attach probes and they attach things to their genitals and show them pictures and whatnot, and they have a reaction. So it's not that we can't take their word for it, I guess.
Gay loser pride section.
Why do you care so much?
I'm just really tempted just to kick it down, man.
Yeah, because you want to fuck your friend. That's what it's about. The study analyzed 4 separate experiments conducted in the United States and Germany, which provided evidence that homophobia is, in fact, an external manifestation of repressed sexual desires. Richard Ryan, professor of psychology, said that people who have homophobic attitudes are more likely or more prejudiced or discriminatory against gay people, are themselves more likely to have a discrepancy between their unconscious attractions to same-sex partners than what they are consciously aware of. I'm sure this guy is that to a T. Those people who have such discrepancies, who have really a split between their unconscious attraction and what they consciously say about themselves, are more likely to come from authoritarian homes. If you are a parent who really believes your child should be straight, and when you use whatever means you can to convince them that they are only good and worthy if they are, that would be very controlling, and it creates a lot of conflict in the child. Now, what do you think this Ethan Schmidt's damage is? Of course, he's like, I want to kick it over. He's God bless, God loves you, but you're gay, it's a loser, you're a loser. The loser display. Where's he getting this message from? He is so gay. It's sad, really, that he wastes his life. And somebody like him, it's like the ex-gays that all came out of the closet saying, we're gay, and I'm sorry that we abused so many people for so long just simply because we lack the courage to live authentic lives. I mean, but this kid is so damaged. Like I say, I have some... I can predict the future. This kid, I predict, it's not going to end well for him. Either he gets the help he desperately needs, which I doubt, because that takes courage, and he lacks that courage, clearly, because he is so influenced by his authoritarian upbringing that he has gone so deep into the closet where he's come out his own ass like an asshole. So, but he's a very sick person, and I wouldn't doubt that here's the outcomes that I predict for him. Either he's going to commit suicide, or he's going to commit some kind of violence against gay people. It's either I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Either or. Either way, it won't end well.
Stable, much like their ideology.
They have it red in the middle of the store, too. Just like a satanic shrine.
It's a showcase.
Excuse me, y'all vaccinated?
He's going to be a dick about
y'all
that.
Vaccinated? You get the COVID-19?
Yeah. It's like, leave people alone. You fucking homophobic closet
selection.
case.
Natural selection, they said, folks.
And look at his face. He's gay. There's no doubt. Anyway, They're sick. They're all sick in some form. Oh, well. Thanks for hanging out. This is Tara Devlin, Unapologetic Liberal Talk. If you can, become a patron, patreon.com/Tara Devlin. We will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together, we win. My name is Tara Devlin. I will see you soon. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat. Thank you all for hanging out. I love you all. Thank you. All right. Thank you for hanging out, my friends. Thank you for your kind words in the chat. Nice to see you, Brapon. Brapon? Is that how you say your name? Brapon? Brapon? Nice to see you all. And I gotta go get the show ready for Progressive Voices. I'm gonna pop off quickly because I have to, I don't know, write a letter to ECAM as well and figure something out. I need to get on the phone with them again to figure out why it's not working. Why my Skype is not working. I'm gonna scream. All right, my friend. Brapon. All right, Brapon. Nice to see ya. Brapon. And everyone else. And thank you, Haiku, for being a moderator. And Jim for being a moderator in the chat. And Mark C for being a moderator. All right, so hopefully I can get the audio working. And we can have Poppy on the show. And we're going to have Tom Hartman on the show again. He's coming on soon. So I have to everything has to be fixed. It's ridiculous. It's effing ridiculous. I don't do anything, and all of a sudden, everything sucks. That's what it feels like being an American. All right, my friends. Thank you, Paradu. You're a great American, too. Please don't forget to fix your setups when you want guests to be live. I fixed it. This is the problem. I don't know what's happening. Everything was set. Don't worry. I got to get it. You don't understand, guys. I'm stressed. It's stressing me out. It should be fixed. It's fixed. It's just not working. I don't know. Somebody help me. Help me. All right, guys. I gotta go. Before I need to pass out. I'm tired, too. I'm just tired. You know? And then I'm stressed. You know? All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for hanging out. I will try to fix everything and have it working. It was working. I don't get it. All right. Maybe there's an update. I have no idea. I gotta write a letter to ECAM again. Say we're fucked again. Okay, guys. Thank you for your patience and your support. And there goes Ray. Ray. Come here, honey. Ray. He's a good boy. Come here, honey. Ray. Come here. Say hello. Come here. He's such a tease. He runs away. Come here. Ray. Come. Fucking bastard. It's like... he gets very suspicious and then he runs. He's traumatized from his life on the street. I understand. I can get it. I got PTSD from my childhood too. So, all right, my friends. I will see you very soon.